Oh man, I truly had no intention of ever talking about this season of Southern Charm, but I feel like I have to because I just can't hold it in anymore. First of all, I want to say the majority of the season was very boring. I really had no motivation to finish it because I just was over hearing Charlie and Salley fight over this trash bag of a man. But after watching the last episode and then watching the first half of the reunion, I just am like, I have to talk about this because it's just so annoying. I think the biggest, most annoying thing about this season is that while this show is definitely very male-centered all the time, this season especially just felt like extra male-centered in a way that is just like shockingly bad. The first half of the season was so annoying because Vanita, who is also very male-centered as we saw last year with JT, then her coming in and then criticizing Salley for being friends with or whatever, or wanting to associate at all with Craig, which granted, I don't want to defend Craig, nor do I want to defend Salley for a lot of reasons, but it is just annoying to see her come in and try to pretend like she's risen above the level of man-centeredness. You have not risen above. You were just as bad as the rest of the women on the show. Sorry, but the only woman on the show who is risen above anybody is Molly, and that's because I just love Molly. Never take her off the show because I love Molly so much. But anyway, I got so annoyed with the whole Charlie-Salley feud about them fighting over Craig, especially when Salley the whole time just wanted to be with Austen. But I especially didn't get the last episode where Salley then got mad at Charlie, even though Charlie had decided, I'm over Craig, I don't want anything to do with him anymore, really, like I'll be friends with him and that's it. But then for Salley to get upset about learning that they were maybe closer than she had previously knew, it's like, who cares? They're not even together anymore and you're moved on. You're like thirsting after Austen. And I hate that this season I have any inkling of sympathy for Austen because I also do not like Austen, and I'm like, it's bad when I'm siding with Austen. Well, I was siding with Austen until I watched the first half of the reunion. Sorry, I'm like kind of going all over the place, but mostly I want to talk about the reunion because I could not believe the depths of like male-centeredness that this show has somehow found. Like we are in the Marianas Trench of male-centeredness. And like I said, I don't want to defend Salley, but I do feel like this moment in particular was like shockingly disgusting. I couldn't even believe what I was listening to.
Well, okay, I'm just basing this off of conversations that Austen and I have had. And he even said if you were a little more tamed down and didn't run the streets, that he would look at you in a different light than just a hookup.
It's not like I'm out there hooking up with people. I'm just having a fun time.
I didn't mean running the streets like that. And it's not like you are a bar rat.
Well, I think, but that's because I'm single.
Did you not have this conversation with me about Salley?
Yes.
Because Salley and I also have a conversation. She's like, I don't understand. Like, I like Austen. Why is he not liking me?
But like an accumulation of like, man, she's single, she's hot, she like wants to run around and do her thing, and she can.
I don't go out though when I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
Like I'm single. How the what am I?
No, Madison's saying.
Why isn't
she allowed to do that?
She is.
Okay.
But
she is
he's
doing
saying
it.
7 days a week wasn't appealing to him.
When you don't see me Monday to Friday, cooking my dinners at my house.
That is not happening.
No, because he only calls on Sunday.
Yes, it is.
Are you still working?
I am.
She is a working girl.
Serious?
Yeah. No, I know. But like, you're out 3-4 nights a week minimum.
Molly is nodding her head yes.
Well, I mean, you do go out a lot.
Go out
Which you're
and
allowed
have fun
to do.
and
Madison
do
was
your
just
thing
saying.
and sleep with whomever.
That's not what I'm
I don't
doing.
care. But there is a body count of a lot of people that like
Oof,
I
not
know.
the body count.
Well, I mean, excuse me, I can start with the body count on you.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Your Bravo
Did you just
body
bring up
count
my
is
body
not
count?
small.
I'm not going to be like bullied into like wanting to date Salley. Like this is not
I'm
happening.
not bullying
It's not
you into
happening.
wanting to say. I'm just saying that Sally is allowed to do whatever Sally wants to do.
And she calls me and tells me, and I'm like, go on, girl.
By the end of the show, we all know that Salley, after she got rejected by Craig, moved on to Austen after he had broken up with Audrey, and they had done a little making out in Mexico or whatever. And then it shows the very last episode where she's kind of like I like you, I want to spend time with you, whatever. And then we see that they've obviously been spending more time together. And then at the reunion, people are calling them out like, you've definitely been sleeping together, all of that stuff, which I don't think is necessarily anybody's business, but it seems pretty obvious that it's like, come on, let's not lie here. It's not that big of a deal. Like, if you guys are hooking up or whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But then it got worse because on one hand, Austen is saying, I don't want to be in a relationship with her. And on the other hand, he's calling Madison and telling her, well, I would take my relationship with Salley more seriously if she wasn't a bar rat or whatever, if she wasn't going out and bar hopping. And that's where I feel like I do have to defend Salley a little bit, because I'm like, as much as I don't like her and I do not want to defend her at all, but I do kind of agree with her that like, it is unfair to expect Salley to act a certain way when you are not in a relationship with her. Like, you are not dating her. And you've kind of made that clear at this point that you don't really want to date her and you don't want to be in a serious relationship, but then you expect her to act a certain way and not go out and have fun when you're not even dating her or even seriously considering dating her. It's just shocking to me that Austen expects her to act like a good girlfriend and or wifey material or whatever he's expecting her to act with, you know, with certain decorum when he gets to go out and do whatever he wants. I've met Austen in person. I know how he acts in social situations. So it's a little unfair for you to expect her to act a certain way and not have fun and go out and party and drink or whatever, but you can go and do whatever you want. Okay, sir. I just was truly shocked by the kind of level of like disgusting, like misogyny within that of like, once again, we're back to the fucking 1950s where women have to act a certain way. They have to be perfect little virgins and can't do anything. Meanwhile, the men can do whatever the fuck they want and fuck around and whatever. It just, can you see I'm heated? Like I said, I don't want to defend Salley, but that really disgusted me and I could not even believe what I was hearing. And the fact that everybody was like, yeah, like you really should like stop doing what you're doing. Excuse me, she's not in a relationship. She doesn't have a ring on her finger. She can act however she wants. Now, you know, maybe that's not attractive to Austen. Maybe that's not what Austen wants. That's fine. But then don't lead her on. And on one hand, you're saying you don't want to be in a relationship with her. And then the next second you're telling Madison, well, if she acted a certain way, maybe I would. So you're giving her false hope, even though you just said you don't want to be in a relationship. Which is it? Be a man. Don't fucking play these games, because I see what's happening. You're playing games. And I know deep down, all you want to do is hook up with her on the side. You don't really want to wife up Salley. Like, I get, you know, that's fine. But at least be honest about it. Don't be a douchebag, player, fuckboy. Like, I'm so over this, like, ugh. All of these three of these men, Shep, Craig, and Austen, all lying, saying they want to be married and have kids when they act a certain way. And then they don't like that the women act the same exact way that they act. Oh, okay. It makes me like so annoyed. Sometimes it really pisses me off. I get we're in the South, but like, even though I don't think Salley will see the light on that situation, but I hope after that conversation, her eyes opened a little bit more to what she's getting herself into, because it's not good. And it's not going to end well. So that's basically all I wanted to say about the season of Southern Charm, because it's ending, thank God. I was so excited for the season, and then that reunion, the first half of the reunion just was like, oh, it's so maddening. And I don't even want to talk about Craig. He just annoys me, and I hope he gets booted from the show. I kind of doubt that's gonna happen, but he just seems like a massive douchebag. So we'll see what happens in next season, but that's all I kind of wanted to say, because I'm so tired of this like boys club on this show. I get that's kind of how the show's been, but I'm like, I don't know. It's just, something's gotta give. It's like, I'm tired of the same old storyline. So anyway, that was my thoughts. Let me know what you thought about the first half of the reunion, because am I crazy, or is that like kind of disgusting the way that they talked about Salley? But I don't like her and I don't want to defend her, but I don't really want to defend many of these people on this show, but I just thought that was really crazy. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you next time.